We're going to need a few minutes for this right here because Kellie Raspberry is our love expert. It's time to get into love letters to Kellie. By the way, this morning it is sponsored by Worthy.
It is, JC. You know, if you need love advice, you come to me because I am the love expert.
You are.
But if it comes to making a big decision like selling diamond jewelry or luxury watches, it's best to go with the experts on that. And that's Worthy, the partner you can trust to get the most for those pieces. And the best part about Worthy is you are in charge of everything that happens. You schedule the free secure pickup. It's fully insured, doesn't cost you anything. You set the reserve price when they hold the auction for your diamonds and luxury watches, and then you approve the winning bid. Then you get paid. But if your price isn't met, you don't have to sell. Worthy will send those pieces back to you, still fully insured at no cost to you ever. And for a limited time, you get an extra $100 when your jewelry sells for over $1,500. Register at worthy.com/kid, worthy.com/KIDD.
Love letters. Love letters to Kellie.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
My boyfriend has been staying out late recently. He first claimed it was just for work, but then I grew suspicious as he kept coming back later and later. So I finally confronted him about it, but he told me not to worry and that everything would be okay. His words did comfort me until a few days later when I found some blonde hair in his car.
Oh,
Here's
boy.
the thing. I'm a brunette, Kellie, so you could see how this would get to me. So I confronted him again, and instead of fighting back, he proposed to me right on the spot, saying it was a mistake and he could never love someone more than he loves me.
It was a mistake.
So he did.
I was so overwhelmed, so I excused myself, and I think I do love him, but I don't know what to do. Please help me. Frustrated potential fiance.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't say yes and just sweep it all under the rug because there's obviously problems there that need to be worked out. He got caught, I guess,
yeah.
and in a panic
Yeah.
situation. I mean, did he come with the ring? Did he have the whole thing planned? No, it
No.
sounds like he just in a panic. And let's be honest, somebody maybe I know very well, when he thought he was about to lose someone in his life, decided I'm going to propose just so, so she won't leave or whatever, and it falls apart on those circumstances.
Who's that person?
I don't want to call them out.
Oh, okay.
don't
What
wanna
letter
call
does it
them
start
out.
with?
Big Al.
I thought you were going to say A, and then I was going to say, what's the last letter? L.
So anyway.
Wow.
So, I mean, obviously there are so many issues here. And I'm not one of those people who believes once a cheater, always a cheater. I do believe that people can recognize, man, I came close to screwing this whole thing up. If they give me one more chance, I will spend the rest of my life proving to them how trustworthy I am. And that's one type of man or woman. But then you have the other type that just says what they need to say to get past the moment until the next opportunity comes along. So I'm really happy you didn't say yes, but y'all need to take a moment, maybe go through some counseling, therapy together, separately, and figure out where this relationship's going.
He's a probationary period, I think. Not to
Big.
be engaged, but yeah.
And they
on
live
probation.
together, right?
Uh,
Yeah, y'all got some.
Maybe like a little break.
This is not good. This is not good.
marriage doesn't fix it, you know.
Absolutely
but
not.
People think it does. Sorry. Love letters. Love letters to Kellie. I think there's a theme going on here. Dear Kellie, you're the love expert.
I am.
I need your help. My girlfriend of multiple years has kicked me out of her house, taken away the keys. Stop talking to me. We were about to go on a date the other day, and she found an earring in the tray of my truck. Now, I know how this sounds, Kellie, but it wasn't from another girl. I pick up shiny things from the parking lot all the time, even in the yard. If you're walking in a parking lot and see a gold or diamond piece of jewelry, and you're going to pick it up, right?
Yeah, I
Or
would.
Maybe take it to Worthy. But now she thinks I am cheating on her, and she won't even talk to me. She is the love of my life. I don't know how she can look past this and see that deep down I would never in my life cheat on her or anybody else. She has had a previous relationship in with a similar situation, and, well, they were cheating. I know she is still gun shy, but what can I do to prove that I am not cheating on her? Huge misunderstanding.
I'm going to choose
happen.
to believe that this is true. Do you have a history of picking up things? Like, has she seen you do this kind of crap before? I'm not crap, I shouldn't say that. These kind of things before.
Yeah.
Like, I would pick up something like that.
Yeah,
I would do the
I would
same
too.
thing.
I would too. I would
And
too.
even
Here's
if you
the
don't
thi-
do,
Oh,
even
go
if you don't do it all the time, Kellie, I mean, if you see an earring I mean, anybody would pick it up, right?
I wouldn't. I'm going to be honest.
It depends
okay.
on what it is.
Because it looks like a diamond, maybe. I don't
It
know.
depends on what it is. You know,
Okay.
you maybe just, I've picked up random things because, that looks like the letter K. You know, my name is
Or a
Kellie.
heart.
I'm going to pick that.
Yeah.
I'm just random stupid things. But the way she reacted is the problem I have. That she found something without talking it out. She just had this blow up reaction where she kicked you out, took back the keys, and had this huge blow up. That's a volatile reaction. I'd be scared of somebody who reacts that violently to any kind of conflict or something.
Right.
But is there any other sign she's had that you've cheated other than just finding an earring in your cup holder?
Oh,
I'm not saying that. I mean, maybe I'm just taking your word for it. I'm going to have to take your word for it that this is just truly something you picked up in the parking lot. I would be a little gun shy of a woman who had that extreme of a reaction to something like that.
Well, she's been burned before, too. That's the thing.
Well, then, you know what? She needs to do some work on herself and learn how
Right.
to trust men again rather than diving back into a relationship because she's obviously not ready for it. She's not ready to have emotion-free, non-violent communication. Because that's I use the word violence maybe a little bit too flippantly here, but that's a real overreaction.
It's a big reaction. I found a used condom wrapper in the parking lot one day, and I picked it up because I'm trying to be
Gross.
I'm trying to be conscious of the environment.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and put it in my car, and well,
and then you threw it away.
I threw it
Trash
away.
bin.
And I threw it away later.
And then
And
your
then your
dog,
dog found
it.
it. And then came out. Yeah.
Love letter.
You can't just act like you didn't say that. You cannot act like you didn't say that.
Yeah.
Lies.
Yeah, he's just moving on.
Lies.
Didn't you get caught too with the numbers one time on the rappers?
This is not about me right now,
Oh,
Jason.
well,
If
you were
you're
just
in a
bringing it up.
relationship when you have to check serial numbers on certain appendage wrappers, your relationship's already in huge trouble.
That's
that.
the truth.
That's a sign that this is not the relationship for you. If you're having to check serial numbers,
Hear that, Vicky?
that's ridiculous. Why are you in
Oh
that
my God.
relationship if you don't have the very basic level of trust?
Jeez.
You may have avoided, this
Years
might have
ago.
been the blessing in disguise that some outer force said, pick up that earring today, son. Just pick it up. And something like, I'm going to pick up that earring. Because this maybe was a sign from the universe, Justin,
Yeah.
that you like to talk about.
Thank you.
That showed you who this woman is. Crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know. I don't believe it, to be honest.
No, I think
You
it
know
could
what? We're
happen.
taking him on his word because he wrote us.
That's true.
I honestly
That's
think it
true.
could happen. I honestly think that
That's
could
true.
happen.
That's pretty genius. And now he can go play this segment for her. Be like, look, I wrote the radio show. Of course.
Yeah, of
Of
course
He's
I
course
love
already
what
kicked
you've
him
done.
out. He dodged a bullet.
She maybe,
I'm
yeah.
thinking he dodged a bullet.
Maybe.
He might be playing chess when we're all playing checkers.
Are we singing the song again?
Sure.
Now go
Yes.
ahead.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh.
go ahead.
Dear Kellie, you are the love expert.
I am.
My husband of 20 years received a text from an old friend of his saying that she loved him.
Oh, boy.
His only response was that he didn't know why and that it has been a long time. I know this woman, and I know that they grew up together and they've been friends forever. They've often talked back and forth, but it's never been anything other than friendly banter. Kellie, should I be worried about her proclamation of love, or should I just let it go?
Well, I mean, it depends.
In what context? Like
Is she always around?
No,
Oh,
I mean,
you know I
like
love
sometimes
you.
people do reach out and hope. You know, like if she's maybe the woman, maybe she's in a lonely place in life, and she's like, "Oh, what might have been? I missed my opportunity. I'm going to shoot my shot." And is like, "What? You know, here's the wife over here. Like, what are you doing?" She's obviously. I mean, that was a stupid move on her part. But how did your husband handle it? Is he still communicating with her? He should have just not even responded. He should have blocked her, cut off all communication. Like, this girl's a nut. I dodged a bullet with that one, too. So it really depends more on, I mean, does she have a regular relationship with her or just knows who she is?
It just says, I know this woman and I know they grew up together.
But does he, it depends on how your husband's reacting to the situation. I think it'd be more of a concern, right?
Yeah.
Because if he's flattered and like, oh, honey, you know, and then like continues to
Well,
communicate
clearly
with her.
he told her. He at
Yeah,
least-
telling her is one thing, but it's like, okay, she's a nut, blocking her, cutting off communication. Why would she risk ruining what I have in my life right now? That's crazy. I don't want that in my life.
Yeah.
I'd be more concerned about him than her and his reaction to it.
What if he responded with just
Yeah, you might be like,
Right.
Karen, my husband
Thanks.
told me what you did. Back off. You're blocked
Right.
now. Go find, just a word to the wise. Don't be messing with married men, and go work on yourself. You
So
can
he
do
sh-
that if you want. I'm completely cool with that.
So he shouldn't reply with "love you too."
But you don't need to go over there and threaten her and work your neck. And I just don't do that. But you can handle it in a classy way.
What if he responds with as lovers or as friends?
No, I just if a woman crosses that line with a man, he's got his reaction, like I said, is more important than what she did, because women are lonely and desperate, and some men too. But man, they get what might have been.
She
They
might have been drinking a glass
romanticize
of wine,
things.
watching a romantic movie.
Thought about him.
Exactly.
And we've gotten the letter that's from the other side, right? That's like, I want to reach out to the one that got
Yeah.
away.
Well,
Yeah,
he's
you
away.
got to really consider that, because when I was single and you start romanticizing the past, you kind of forget why you broke up.
Right,
You're
right,
like,
exactly.
You just romanticize everything. And I reached out to one of my exes, and it was like, oh my gosh. And it turns out he was married. But I didn't know, I was just trying to, see
Yeah.
what was up.
Bringing it up, yeah.
And then like two texts, and he's like, what are you wearing? I'm
Oh
like,
my
okay,
God.
bye.
Oh my God.
See, so you
I was
can't.
just like, after I found out he was married, I was like, oh, well,
Oh.
where'd life take you? What are you
Yeah.
doing now? You're like, oh, I'm a coach at this. What are you wearing?
Oh,
I'm
no.
done. I'm out.
Red
That's gross.
flag,
But
red
you cut off the
flag.
communication.
I
You're
did
like,
after he crossed, because I was just like,
Yeah.
I reached out, but I wasn't. At first, I was looking to see where he was, because I was
Yeah.
romanticizing my past. But then when I found out he was married, it's like, oh, that's great. Good. Where'd you didn't know where you ended up. Blah blah blah. And then he took it too far, and I cut it off. I
Well, that's-
blocked, because
Kelly ain't no homewrecker.
I don't want to be that.
No.
I
You
don't
just-
want to
you
be
could've
I had
that.
a
And
similar-
maybe in my younger days, I might have
Maybe.
She was wearing
but
black, by the way.
White tank top.
Love letters.
I was wearing
Kelly.
That's for a pretty good bed any day.
always
Yeah.
wearing
Yeah.
black.
Dear Kelly, you are the love expert.
I am.
My girlfriend and I have been dating for a little bit now, and things are going really, really great. I think we are attentive to each other's needs and just have good chemistry in general. There's just one problem. She's not happy with herself. My girlfriend has some health conditions, and it causes her to struggle with her weight. This causes her to be pretty self-conscious. If I'm being completely honest, I think she wears the extra pounds very well, and I honestly find it very attractive. I've told her this whenever she brings it up and her concerns about her weight, but it doesn't seem to help. And in hindsight, it may have actually been counterintuitive. Kelly, I would give anything in the world to have her be comfortable in her own skin. I've told her that I've never asked her to change, and quite frankly, don't want her to change, but I'm not sure what to do from here, or what if I've been doing has been helping at all. When she tells me that she's self-conscious or that she wants to lose weight, but I'm not sure if she can because of this aforementioned health condition. It makes me really sad. What should I do in the future to help her? Thank you.
Well, I don't know, honestly, because I've been that woman, and it's exhausting. It's exhausting
Yeah.
for the partner in that relationship, because you try the positive affirmations, you try but that's something that a woman or a man who is very conscious about their body image and things, that's something they have to come to terms with on their own, and you cannot do it for them. So other than, just constantly reassuring them how beautiful you think they are. But man, isn't that exhausting to have to be in a
Yeah.
relationship where
Oh, yeah.
every day you have to reassure that person?
Straining.
And let me tell you, I'm speaking as the person that needed to be reassured.
Yeah.
That needed, I was the one, don't touch my stomach, da da da.
Your
But that-
husband has begged you to not say bad things
Oh,
about
he
yourself.
has gotten down on his, like I was sitting in a chair one day, he got down on his knees and got eye to eye with me, tears in his eyes, and said, and I don't even realize, when you put yourself down so much, it becomes habit. You don't even realize you're doing it anymore.
Yeah. Right.
You don't even realize that you're doing it. And he got, and it was shocked me one day when he got down, tears in his eyes, and said how much it hurt his heart when I would put myself down like that. And I was like, oh my gosh. And it really that kind of snapped me out of being a little bit more cognizant of the self-talk that I was not just internalizing, but putting out into the world. But that's something that a woman or a man, like I said, has to come to on their own. So, the best, if you want to stay in that relationship and you're willing to put in the time and effort until she comes to love herself, or at least accept herself, I mean, the best you can offer is just, try to do things with her that maybe are a little bit more physical and less food focused. Maybe things that are, like I said on The Bachelor, every date is involved rock climbing or hiking
Yeah,
or something,
yeah,
and
sure.
do things together that make her feel good about, that she's doing something physical. And I don't know, just constantly reassure her. That's all. That's the best you can do, buddy. But also encourage her maybe that she needs to talk to somebody, because maybe the medication she's on, there's a chance that maybe doctors have an alternative medication she could try that don't have the side effects of fluctuating weight, and who knows? I don't know. It's the best I can offer you, bud.
Maybe even a little therapy might help. You
You can always
she could
suggest
talk it out.
it.